Good morning guys, welcome to another video by AntiquesArena. Today we got a nice haul video for you today. I'm going to show you a few bits of stock I've purchased over the door. All these things have come to me bar one, and some really nice bits of jewellery in the last half, so stick around for that. Just quickly guys, before I show you the amazing haul that I've had in, I want to give a massive shout out and thank you to a wonderful family who came down to see me this week. They came all the way from Chesterfield, and there was Alex, Rachel and their wonderful little son Jack. Now Jack has started his own little YouTube channel up and he's got one video on there, so we decided to give him a shout out as well. So go check it out guys, and thank you very much for coming and taking the time to come and see me, because it's no small journey from Chesterfield to South Wales. Thanks guys. Right, here with little Jack, who's going to give his channel a shout out and tell you what it's about. Come on in Jack.
So we're a little bit about experiments.
It's about experiments, is it?
Yeah.
And it's Jag Experiments, check it out guys. Give him a wave. I'm going to start off with something that I really like, but it's also given me a little bit of confusion. I got a very heavy cast iron and enamel plaque. Now this is known as a location marker. Now these, more often than not, would be mounted at the site of the coal mine, or maybe in a council office, things like that. Now there wouldn't have been many of these made. This is for Abraham and Colliery, location Shaft Abraham and number 6, capped in 1992, and then all the details. Now I was toying with the fact, is it a reproduction? Or let me start again. I couldn't decide if it was a reproduction or if it was original, for the simple reason I thought if it's an original, surely there'd be limited number of these made, maybe one or two made, and you would have had one actually mounted at the site of the mine, maybe another one on a special monument or plaque somewhere, or in a council office or something along those lines. And I thought, well, if you take one of them, they'd still be there. Local to us we have a park, Tree Harris, it's almost like a national park now, and they have things like this dotted around every few hundred yards, and they tell you how deep the vein was, how much coal they had out of it, things like that, and they dotted all the way along the park. So that's similar to this. So I thought, well, if they've taken this off a wall, obviously it still belongs to the NCB. So then I thought, well, is it a reproduction? And I thought, well, I can't see it being a reproduction, because the cost involved in making this in cast iron and enamel and moulding it and all the rest of it would be astronomical, and there's no other ones for sale worldwide that I could find. So I think it's original. So I've come to the conclusion either it was left behind in maybe a storage shed or something like that when they ordered them originally. They must have ordered a few, mounted one or two, because this one has never been mounted. They brought it to me and it was still in its original packaging. Now these are all threaded, so it's actually made to be mounted on a wall or somewhere, ready for the bolts. It's proper enamel, it's not paint, it's enamelled. It's unbelievable quality, and I just like it. I love anything coal mining anyway. So I was a bit unsure. I was really reluctant. Should I buy it? Shouldn't I buy it? Can I legally buy it? Nah. And then I come to the conclusion. I asked them all the details. They had it from their uncle, or their uncle's estate, and he've had it for a very long time. Well, it was still, as I say, in the packaging. So I can only assume he must have worked at the colliery and they must have ordered a few in, or these were ordered in later on and he must have ordered an extra one or something along them lines, because obviously it's never been mounted outside. It's never been mounted anyway, so it's obviously either a spare or just never got used. So I paid £40 for it anyway. I was unsure in the beginning, but I absolutely love it. What's it worth? It's probably worth £75, £80, give or take. That's my opinion anyway. it's hard to know what something like this is worth, purely because there aren't any others available to buy. So working on that grounds, I'll probably put 95 on in any offers then that come in, 70, 75, something like that I'll take. It still gives me a good working profit on my £40, but a really interesting, unique item. This is the only piece that didn't come to me through the shop, guys. And we got a sort of 1970s dimpled and smoked glass jug with a clear handle. And you can see all this sort of veining running through the handle here. Now I'm not 100%, but I think this is Italian glass again. That's what it cost me by there, £3. It fits in, at the moment I got a lot of sort of 60s and 70s glass in the shop, and I love the shape of it. So what can I say? It's a really nice shaped jug, and it'll fit well in the cabinet over the rest of it. So for £3, it's going to be an easy £18–20 sale. And to be honest with you, I may even find this way onto eBay because I absolutely adore the shape. All this dimpling in the glass is lush. It's a really nice glass jug. So I'm not 100% on the manufacturer. I do think it's Italian. By Italian I don't mean Murano, I mean like Empoli or one of the other factories. But it is a nice piece, and for £3 I weren't leaving it there. The other piece that I want to show you before the jewellery, I'll be moving on to jewellery now in a moment, is an everyday corkscrew. But this is a counter mounted corkscrew, so maybe something you'd use in a bar or a pub or something like that. Mounts on the counter, and then obviously it's almost for commercial use if you like. It's a mirror polished stainless steel, and it's never been out of its box. It's brand new, sealed in the box. Now I know it's not an antique by any means, but I don't just buy antiques. It's antiques, collectibles, art, jewellery, anything like that, and anything that is really good quality. To buy something like this, you're probably talking £100, £120 new. Second hand, it's got to be worth £30–40. I paid a £5 for it. Mint in the box. So that's an eBay item, that one, guys. That's going to go on eBay, and that's going to be an easy sell. And to be honest with you, I might have a shock and find it at £50–60, but I can't see them being less than £40–45 for a mirror polish, bar mounted corkscrew like that in mint condition. And that's what they look like. I'm not going to take it out of the box because I want it to be in the box when I sell it. So for a £5, that was, well, a steal. And I'm now stinking dirty of it. Just come to bloody work, and look at it. No wonder my shirts are starting to bloody discolour. I'll be getting new merch soon, or uniforms soon. I'm going to have a nice shirt, and I'm going to have the website address on the back and things like that. So they'll be coming up soon in the next few weeks. And I get to show you the jewellery now. Before I show you the jewellery, at the end of the video I've had a beautiful new dog. A little 9-week-old German Shepherd, and she's pure white. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to put in some photographs at the end of the video today. If anybody wants to see her, our children named her Snowball because she's pure white. So yeah, we went out for a little ride this week, and we brought back a beautiful little puppy, and the baby absolutely adores her. So at the end of the video I'll put in some photographs of the pup so you can see what she's like. But I'm going to move on to the jewellery. Okay guys, so here's the jewellery haul I've purchased. Now it's missing one item, which is a solid silver curb bracelet, which I've sold for £25. So I'm just going to knock £25 off the purchase price. Now here you have a diamond ring with 0.33 points of a carat. All of it's 9 karat gold, nothing's 18. You have 3 feathers ring, a little small, I don't know, is that a signet ring or a little heart ring. This one's cubic zirconia, unfortunately. Again, 9 karat gold. We have little letter J by there. 9-carat gold locket. This is my favourite piece. Absolutely beautiful. The clown has got a ruby there and a sapphire there. He is really nice. Obviously we got bits of other jewellery. The 3 feathers ring is broken, but I'm going to get that soldered. I have a jeweller who will solder that and make it round again for less than £3 or £4. She's really good and does very cheap repairs for me. I've got a solid silver ingot, which is about an ounce of silver. Beautiful crossing chain with a really long chain. Bit of silver scrap. Now I paid 150 all in. Take away the 25 for the silver curb bracelet. This owes me £125, what you see here. That's probably worth that on its own. The diamond ring is probably going to be close on 95. Scrap value is very low. I've paid close to the value on scrap, but I'm going to get that one repaired. That's saleable once I get the K polished off that. That can be sold for £30 or £40 as is now. That's probably £10 or £20. So all in all, I'm going to do really well. You know, you're talking £30 on an ingot, £30 on the cross and chain. They scrap nothing. So all in all, it's going to be £200 or £300 return again on top of this lot. No problem at all. And it's been a while since I've had a jewellery haul come in the shop. And jewellery at the moment, gold is up to £13.50 a gram for 9 carat. So, anybody out there, I'll give you a little tip in a minute on how to get the gold. Well, that's going to be it for the haul today. The jewellery, absolutely spectacular. And to be honest with you, the colliery sign, absolutely love it. I'm going to put her in the window outside, well, not outside, but in the window, so people outside can see it. And I don't think that's going to last long now when I put her in the window. Little tip on how we used to buy gold. Gold back years ago used to be like £3 a gram. And I'm only going back about 10 years, not going back decades, maybe one. And we used to go around all the antique centres and everybody'd have it priced up at like £4 a gram, £5 a gram, just to get that little smidgen above what they can get melting down. But they couldn't be too greedy because it's always like a ceiling price, especially on just weight. But then gold shot up by £2 or £3 a gram. So we found then we'd go around antique centres with our weighing scales, and anything that looked heavy, we'd pick it up and we'd chuck it on the scales, and we'd just work out how much per gram they were selling it. Now gold has just gone up. My local man was paying £9.50, £10 a gram down in Cardiff not long ago. It's now £13.50 a gram, and if you go on London prices now, it's probably even more. So find out what you can get for your gold. Down here now, I know they're paying £13.50. Now that's not their spot price. The spot price is for smelted gold. It's, you know, proper refined. I'm talking scrap rubbish gold that you can sell to a bullion dealer who will then take it up and do all the rest of the hard work. I can get £13 a gram, or £13.50 a gram rather, at the moment. So if I was to go around all the antique centres, I guarantee you I would just get my scales out and weigh every single piece in there, and I'd find pieces in there that are undervalued just on melting. Then it's up to you if you wanted to melt them or retail them. But that's how we used to do it. We used to go around and we'd have a couple of £100 a week every week without fail, just on people who'd underpriced the gold, because once they price their cabinets up, a lot of the time they go back once a month and they don't reprice it. If it hasn't sold, they'll just leave it at the price, and then the gold goes up. That bracelet, realistically, the value goes up, but a lot of the time they don't increase the price. So that's a little tip there for you guys. When you go out, weigh the gold, especially now gold has had this big climb, and I think it's still going up a little bit with everything that's going on. So don't be afraid to pull those scales out and say, do you mind if I weigh it all? And just sit there and weigh it all. You're not talking rings, you're talking bracelets and necklaces and things like that. But you'd be surprised, a wedding band, you know, can be up 5, 6, 7 grams. Especially if it's 22 carat, and a lot of the time it's underpriced. So that's my big tip for today's film. I don't know, I think that's about it for today, guys. Let me know what you think of that colliery plaque. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't really want to sell it, but I'm in the business to sell. I'm not a hoarder. I'm trying not to be a hoarder. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.